Okay, I want you all to be very, very, very careful with family. Family are the biggest scam artists in your life. It's not Oscar that's calling you on the phone that's going to drain your bank account. It's not Bobby that's going to get into your laptop and take all your credit card information. It's your own family. Grandma was tricked in co-signing a car for her grandson. But guess what? When you co-sign for a relative, you are not co-signing, you are the signer. And the person that so-called got you to co-sign, they the co-signer. Because if they didn't need a co-signer, then they wouldn't need a co-signer. And that's exactly what happened in this case, right? Grandma was duped into co-signing for a challenger for her grandson. If it was for 75 months, not one payment was rendered from grandson to the dealership. Not only that, once the dealership got it back, the car was in bad condition. Grandma thought, oh, I'm voluntarily sending back this car. So she thought she was off the hook. No, what they're telling us, the car was $50,000. We want $50,000. Why would you do the elderly like that? And then the granddaughter, because grandma didn't know how to turn on her camera, the granddaughter is assisting grandma, and this got to be the ghettoest court procession I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, why do it have to be Metro Atlanta that this happened in? Why this couldn't be in Alaska? The woman is on camera with getting her eyelashes done. This has got to be the jinkiest court procession you're going to see. But nevertheless, let's dive into the case. We're on the road to 10,000. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the
end. Last hearing?
Yes, this a different niece. But
okay. Well, that's good. All right. So can you touch are you on a phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on the phone. Okay, she showed me what to do. Okay.
All right.
Okay, can you see me?
Not yet.
Chris, share video, Auntie.
I pressed the video and
she on there now.
Start.
You can see her.
I believe you're the niece. I see a picture of you, but I just see a black screen with your aunt.
I can see her. You can't see her?
Yeah, so her light is dark. Her light is dark. But
whose light is dark?
My auntie's. She's there.
Oh, I can't see anything but a black screen.
Okay. Auntie, are you coming to the light?
Okay, let me move. Wait a minute.
You see her now, Judge? I can see her. She has a bonnet.
I just see her bonnet.
Yeah, I don't see a thing.
Okay, can you see me now?
Okay, well, I'm gonna take everybody else's word for it. I don't see you, but everybody else seems to.
Right.
It just is a black screen. I don't see anything. But I hear you.
Okay, thank
you. All right. Miss, oh, there you are. I see you now. Okay. So, all right, ma'am. So, Mr. Green, on behalf of your client, do you want to go ahead and lay out your case?
Yes, Miss Austin, could you unmute and undo your camera for me? I'm sorry, Miss Harvey, you're already on mute. Yes, thank you. Yes. Sorry about that. 1 second. Will you raise your right hand, Miss Harvey? Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you give today should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you state your name for the record?
Cynthia Harvey.
And who is your current employer?
The Credit Union Loan Source, LLC.
And what is your position with the Credit Union Loan Source?
I'm the ABP Loss Mitigation Manager.
And do you have access to the credit union loan sources, books and records?
Yes, I do.
And are you familiar with how they're kept, these records and accounts?
Yes, they are in an ordinary course of business.
Okay. And are you familiar with the account here that we're here for today?
I
With
am.
Valerie Hogan? Okay. And Judge, we're really just relying on what was when filed in the case. And that is, first, I'll go to the contract.
Okay. Well, that's what you're supposed to rely on, right, Mr. Green?
That's right. Well, to make it easier for the court, it's Exhibit A.
Okay.
Ms. Harvey, do you have a copy of the retail sales installment contract?
I do, but Exhibit A is actually the credit application.
Oh, okay. Okay. We have a different Exhibit A then. Anyway, did the defendant, Mrs. Hogan, sign both the credit application and the retail installment contract?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And what was the vehicle that was financed in this case?
It was a new 2018 Dodge Challenger.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. And do you personally have notes on this account as to what happened after the car was financed?
I do.
Can you read those notes to the court?
After the vehicle was financed, we received a call in from Valerie Hogan advising, and it was on 7/2/2018. And she advised that that she purchased the vehicle for her grandson, and that she had him tow the vehicle back to the original dealership, and that the fuel tank was busted, but that he was not doing good right now, and that she wanted to voluntarily surrender it, and that we could go pick it up.
Okay. And did you at least offer to try and fix some of the issues that she was having with the car at the time?
With it being at the dealership and she wanted to surrender it, we didn't offer to fix the vehicle at the dealership. We did advise her that if there was going to be a deficiency balance due to her surrendering the vehicle, that she would be responsible for it. And then after we picked the vehicle up from the dealership and took it to the auction, we had the unit repaired there so that it would bring full market price.
Okay, hang on it. Judge, are you still okay?
I'm here. I'm sorry. It's just
okay. And then sure.
I didn't know.
Miss Hogan. So remember we met before?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this is what I need you to do. So the way this works is that I have to hear from them because they're bringing the suit, because they started everything, and all of the court processes. They get to speak first. Okay. So I just need you to be silent while they're talking. And then once they finish presenting what they have, then we'll come to you and then I'll hear what you have about this. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And I know it's going to be a little bit hard for you. So if you think that you're going to gasp or work, because I don't know that you know everything that happened in this case with your grandson, but if you think it's going to be hard for you to keep silent, you can go ahead and mute your device. You will still hear us, but then we won't hear you. Okay. Until it's time for you to talk.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead, Mr. Green.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Ms. Harvey, what was the total amounts financed in this case?
The total amount financed was $49,381.04.
And what was the interest rate?
It was 7.74.
And how many payments were supposed to be made in the course of this loan?
75.
Okay. And did you receive any payments on this account?
No, sir.
Okay. So shortly after your testimony about what happened to the car, attached to our lawsuit is Exhibit C. Do you have a copy of that letter? And can you tell the court what that letter was?
For Exhibit C, I have the notification of repossession with the invoice and the condition report. Is that
okay? And was that sent to Ms. Hogan via certified mail?
Okay, the condition report and the invoice and the repossession notification That is not you're referring to the notification of our plan to sell property letter that was sent to Miss Valerie Hogan on 7/10/2018 after the vehicle was repossessed on 7/6/2018, and it was sent certified mail?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. And okay, 1 second. And this was, which address did you send it to?
We sent it to the address on the contract for the defendant Valerie Hogan at 8571 Creekwood Way, Jonesboro, Georgia 30238.
Okay. And then was the vehicle sold after it was repossessed?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Who conducted the sale?
Mannheim, Atlanta.
And what is Mannheim, Georgia?
They're an auctioneer that is experienced in disposing of high volumes of repossessed vehicles.
Okay. And is in your position and in your experience, do you have a lot of experience with Mannheim, Georgia?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And so in your opinion, was the sales price in this case fair and reasonable?
It was.
And how much was that for the court?
$29,000.
And in your opinion, was the collateral sold in a commercial, reasonable manner?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So were there any other fees associated with the repair and the auction of the vehicle?
Yes, sir. There's a breakdown of fees for the auction sale and repairing the vehicle in the amount of $1,683.
Okay, so what was the net amount of the sales here that was applied to the defendant's account?
$27,317.
Okay. And then can you judge the next exhibit that I'm going to reference is Exhibit F that we've filed into the complaint? And what is this, the document entitled Exhibit F that you have, Ms. Harvey?
It is the explanation of calculation of the deficiency balance that was sent to the defendant Valerie Hogan on 8/23/2018. That gives a breakdown of the balance that was due prior to the auction proceeds being posted. And then it gives a breakdown of the auction proceeds being posted and the fees, and then the deficiency balance that's due on the loan.
And what was that? What is the deficiency balance due on the loan?
$23,569.37.
Okay.
Can you repeat that, please?
$23,569.37.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, but that's not the amount that we're seeking today. As of today, what is the total claim that we're seeking today?
As of today, we are seeking the principal balance, which is $17,286.23.
Okay.
And my apologies.
No, that's all right. I'm sorry for jumping around, but I'm going to redirect you to the finance agreement. Does your finance agreement call for reasonable attorney's fees in the event of default?
It does on page 2. Hang on. I believe it's section. It's on the second column and section 3. 3C, correct. You may have to pay collections costs and attorney's fees.
And how much are the current attorney's fees? Judge, these are statutory. I can tell you, or I can just have my witness tell you.
Statute attorney's fees is $1,753.62, and then court costs for $292.38 and post-judgment interest.
Okay. And has anything been paid to date since filing of the lawsuit?
There was, after the vehicle was sold at the auction, we did post a credit to the account in the amount of $712.15 on December the 3rd, and that was for the service refund. And then also there was a maintenance refund that was posted to the account as well for $2,382.66. $0.66. It was posted on December the 18th. Then that brought the principal down to $17,286.23.
Right. And so that's okay. So Judge, that's the difference in the when we said but that was prayed for in the complaint, correct? That's how we got the balance. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, that's all the questions I have right now for my witness.
Okay, can she give me the total that they're asking for again?
Oh, sure. What's the total?
23,569.37.
It would be the sum of the principal balance, the attorney's fees and court costs is $19,332.23 plus post-judgment interest.
$19,332.23.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's the total of what you all are asking for in this action.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. All right, Ms. Hogan,
Yes.
you've heard what they've stated, ma'am. Did you have any questions for Mr. Green's witness, Ms. Harvey?
All that stuff he was talking about, I came out there and I brought the car out there and all that. I did none of that.
Okay, so ma'am, okay, so we kind of talked about this earlier, and I gave you more time to sort of give you an opportunity to have somebody help you with this. So essentially, from what I'm reading, I don't know what you thought, but you signed a contract to buy a brand new car for your grandson or for somebody. I guess it was your grandson.
It was my grandson with the trickery stuff again.
Okay.
I didn't even know what this was about until now.
Okay. Judge, can you hear me? I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, I'm Amanda Hogan. I'm her niece.
Are you doing nails, ma'am?
No, I'm not doing nails.
Hey,
doing.
who am I looking at? I see somebody on an iPhone.
Yes, that's me.
Okay, I see somebody in a gray hoodie.
I'm doing my lashes. I'm doing my eyelashes. I had to be on the meeting and I had an appointment with my auntie, so I'm doing my lashes.
Your Honor, I just want to make one quick objection. If she's not an attorney, then I'm just going to have to object to her.
She's there speaking for me because I don't know.
Miss Hogan, remember the last time I told you that your niece, and I appreciated your niece assisting you, but she can't represent you.
Okay.
She's helped you with the paperwork. She helped you get online for the hearings, but she can't really speak on your behalf. You either have to speak for yourself or an attorney has to speak for you.
Oh, she needs an attorney. Okay. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Okay. This is a different niece, right, than the last time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we talked about this the last time that you couldn't, I was appreciative of your niece assisting you, but you couldn't she wasn't going to speak for you. Okay.
Okay, well, can I be appointed or attorney? Because I don't know much about this stuff, ma'am.
Ma'am, in a civil case, we don't appoint attorneys. There are certain agencies that may help you because of your income level if you meet their requirements, but we don't appoint. Don't do that.
Okay.
Okay. So what is your understanding of what happened, Ms. Hogan?
Oh, Lord have mercy. The same thing with before. He just been using me and tricking me, my grandson. And he knew I wasn't well, but he just been doing stuff underhand. Okay. And I had no idea because during that same time he got the other round, 2018, I had surgery, and then now I just lost my last son, November this year.
He's dead.
Okay. So unfortunately, Ms. Hogan, I don't have any an objection, because I'm looking at the contract and you signed the contract and it seems like you understood that you were purchasing a car for your son.
I didn't. Not in my name. No, I wasn't. I thought I was co-signed it. No, I didn't.
Okay, so from that standpoint, you understand that if you co-sign for a car and the person doesn't pay for the car, then you're responsible.
But I thought they repossessed the car.
Okay, and when they repossess a car, you don't just send the car back and then nothing happens. You still owe for the car. You just owe the difference for what they're able to get for it. So if you say, I just want to send this car back, you take it back. That doesn't mean you don't have to still pay for something.
Well, see, that's what I didn't know. I thought they just took the car back.
Okay.
He wasn't living here then, but I thought they just took the car back.
Okay.
Can she ask for a continuance so that she can obtain?
Your Honor, I'm gonna again have to object to.
Mr. Gray, hold on, I got this. Ma'am, this is the continuance. We continued this case for about, I know when I heard Ms. Hogan's voice, the reason I know the facts of the case is they are indelibly planted in my head because the last time she was here, I guess the other niece was there. I gave her the continuance and I asked if there was any way y'all figure what was going on. But this is the continuance. That was about 2-3 months ago. Actually, it may have been going.
Okay, this is about the same car.
Yes. Giving Your Honor continuance because, and I remember it was probably midsummer because I have since gotten a new staff attorney and the other staff attorney was here when we had that last hearing. Yes. So okay. We've already had a continuance.
Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask, this is the same car?
Yes, ma'am. Unless, did he get you to sign for another car?
No, ma'am.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Then this is the same car.
So they're asking for a judgment for $19,000.
Judge, I'm sorry to keep objecting.
Sir, this woman has some deficits due to age or illness. I don't know what it is, but I'm not gonna not let somebody assist her in understanding what's going on. It's not gonna affect what you get.
I understand.
All right.
Thank you.
Low compassion.
That's what I was asking, Judge. Yes, I am the second.
So, ma'am, just so you understand what's going on, let me explain. So, Miss Hogan, I guess, perceived that she was going to co-sign for a car for this grandson, but what actually happened was the car is fully in her name. And whatever happened to the car when the fuel tank got damaged and she sent it back, my understanding for what she said is that she believed by sending the car back, she didn't owe anything, but that's not what the law is. And I can't represent Ms. Hogan, but I can explain why I do what I do. And so what happens is when you turn a car in or send it back or it gets repossessed, the company that owns the car and has provided it in exchange for payments and financed it, they get to take the vehicle and sell it to recoup as much of their money as they can. Now, if the car is damaged, it's going to be a lot less than what they sold the car for. And whatever the difference is after they work all those things out, the person who signed for the car would owe that difference. You don't just, it's not free and clear if you get a car, buy it, take it, and then give it back. You still will owe something. And then that's what your grandmother seems to have been unclear about. When she sent the car back, the thought process in her head was, first, I was the co-signer, but even as a co-signer, if the grandson didn't pay anything, she would be responsible just like she bought the car.
Okay, so can I say something? I didn't bring the car back, or I didn't send the car back.
Yes,
he
ma'am.
did. My grandson did. I wasn't there when he bought that car back.
Okay.
And
all right.
Then one more question, Judge, and then I'll okay, so they're trying to obtain a judgment for the difference from which they sold the vehicle at the dealer auction, which is mayhem. I'm familiar with them, but she's on a fixed income. So I
get
guess
that, ma'am, but that doesn't. So the way the law works is I can have all the compassion in the world for your aunt, and I do, because I'm just really frustrated that her grandson would be allowed to take advantage of his grandmother like this. I have too much respect for grandmothers. I was raised by one. But the fact is, if she was not in her right mind and didn't know what she was signing, that's one thing. But she believed she was signing as a co-signer, which essentially is the same as buying the car if he doesn't pay. That's what she did. So once they got the car back and they sold it at auction, whatever the difference is. So if we started out owing almost $50,000, it's now come down to $19,000. But fixed income or no fixed income, she is gonna owe that amount.
So I'm a little bit familiar with things, Judge. So once they obtain the judgment, if she's incapable of paying, it would just be a judgment placed upon her.
I don't have anything to do with how they collect the judgment. All I do is grant the judgment. How they collect it is another process that has a legal statutes that outline that process in Georgia. Okay.
And with the case starting in 2018, isn't it like a statute of limitations?
No, ma'am. They filed when they were supposed to.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. No question.
Can you go after my grandson for this?
No, ma'am. His name is not on here anywhere, ma'am. You can, but we can't. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Green, did you have anything else at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Green, the court, after having heard testimony in this case and not having heard a valid defense to the case, the court is going to grant the plaintiff the total amount of $19,332.23. That includes the statutory attorney's fees and court costs as pled.
Thank you, Judge. May I you want me to send a proposed order?
Yes, I do, sir.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
My witness be excused.
He may.
Thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Hogan, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Now, why somebody would sign up this woman for a $50,000 car, that is the height of just, oh God, I don't even know what the word for that, but that person is not before me.
Okay, so thank you for all who sat through this court procession. I couldn't get past the lady is on camera trying to get her eyelashes done. Then she tried to speak for her grandma. But you're not a lawyer. So the lawyer said straight up, I object. Anything she gonna say, I object, because she's not a lawyer. The first thing a lawyer have to do in these court processions, they have to say they law number. You get a number. You took an oath, you get a number. And then people want to speak for family. This is not sister so-and-so at your church. This is law. This is the courtroom. Now I can say I want these court processions, these Zoom courts to go away, but then I'm out of a job. And I don't want to be out of a job. So keep the court Zoom processions going. But this was beyond ghetto. Beyond ghetto. Put it in the comment. This is Antonio with Team Tiggio. You can support the channel through Cash App or Super Chat. And once again, we will see you in the next video.